everyone, and welcome to Story Time. Today we are going to read some stories for grade 1 of Abeka. Today we are going to read Down by the Sea, and we have 2 stories to read today. So let's get started. Story number 1, Just a Minute. Kenny, Haley, here's a letter for you, called Mom. It's from Grandpa and Grandma. I'll be there in just a minute, said Kenny. Kenny stayed to read the rest of his book. Then he went to the kitchen to find his mom. Grandpa and Grandma are coming, Haley said as she jumped up and down. Did you already read the letter? Asked Kenny. I said I was coming. Haley couldn't wait to read it, said Mom. Here's the letter. You may read it yourself. Kenny looked at the floor. I'm sorry I didn't write to them, he told Mom. Haley asked me to write and tell them thank you, and you asked me to write them a thank you note. But I'm so glad they're coming, he added. I'll write to them right now. At lunchtime, Mom called Kenny to come and eat. I'm coming, he replied, but he was painting a picture for Grandpa and Grandma. He wanted to send it with his letter. I'll just take a minute to paint this fish, he thought. Kenny hurried to the table for lunch. Everyone has been waiting for you, Dad said. Mom looked at the paint on Kenny's hands. You need to go and wash, she said quietly. If you come when you're cold, you'll have time to wash before you sit down. Will you help me paint a picture? Haley asked Kenny after lunch. You each need to clear off your dishes first, said Mom. Then you can color a picture. There isn't time for paint to dry if we're going to send it to Grandpa and Grandma today. Haley smiled at Mom. I'd like to color too, she said. A while later, Mom helped Kenny and Haley get the letter and pictures ready to send. Haley ran to put the letter in the mailbox, and Kenny put up the red flag. Uncle Mike just called, Mom told them when they came back to the house. He's coming to take you to the park when Drew wakes up from his nap. Kenny, I need you to take some apples to Mrs. Morse. Then you may play outside while you're waiting for Uncle Mark. Kenny ran outside. What fun! They were going to the park. Kenny called Mom. Don't forget to take the apples to Mrs. Morse. I'll be there in a minute, called Kenny. Then he stopped to look at a woolly bear. He poked the fuzzy caterpillar gently with a leaf, and it rolled up into a bowl. About 30 minutes later, Kenny remembered the apples, and he hurried in to get them. You need to be careful, said Mom. Don't drop them. Kenny ran all the way back from the neighbors. Why isn't Uncle Mike here yet? He panted. He was here just a minute ago, replied Mom. He just left. Kenny went back outside. He felt like crying. Help me to not be angry, he prayed. It's my fault that I didn't get to go. Help me to listen and obey. A little later, Kenny told his mom, I'm going to obey on time now. And when is that? She asked. The first time that I'm told to do something, said Kenny with a smile. Good job, everyone. Are you ready for the questions? So, question number 1. Why didn't Kenny come when Mom said there was a letter from Grandpa and Grandma? That's right. Kenny was going to finish reading his book. Question number 2. Why didn't Kenny go to lunch when he was cold? That's right. He was busy painting a picture for Grandpa and Grandma. Question number 3. Why didn't Kenny take the apples to Mrs. Morse when he was asked? Good job, because he saw a hairy caterpillar. Question number 4. How did Kenny learn to obey quickly? That's right, because he missed his opportunity to go to the park. Good job, everyone. Let's go to the next story. This is actually a poem. A poem is like a short little story. So this is called At the Seashore. You look all along the sandy shore, where the waves come and go, and the seagulls soar. Let's run! You race up and down the beach so grand, and you see little birds pecking in the sand. You won! You walk along where the water flows, and the sand wiggles out from under your toes. What fun! Good job, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those stories, and I'll see you next time. Bye!